Hello. A very quick, how shall I say, book review or video review for a book that came out back in 2017. The End We Start From by Megan Hunter. And you'll probably hear an awful lot about this in the up and coming days. Well, basically, they have released this as a movie, and it comes out tomorrow, the 19th of January 2024. Basically, this is an apocalyptic film about motherhood. Yeah, Mother Earth, motherhood, the end of all things and beginning of all others. Gosh, it did bring back some very strong feelings from me, and I watched the trailer this morning, and I think Jodie Comer she's just terrific, absolutely fantastic, and I feel that she's going places with that girl, all of them good. I kind of looked at a little bit of the book this morning, which I haven't read yet, but I intend to do so. And I obviously, as I say, I saw the trailer, and I feel as though it was written in the vein of Bridget Jones, using initials and that kind of feeling I got. So we're looking at a Bridget Jones that's turned into a prepper, which by anybody's standards that's going to be a bizarre combination, but I believe it can work. Anyway, I wrote a few notes down for you. The ISBN number is 9780802126894. And The End We Start From by Megan Hunter was first published in May the 18th by Grove Press on a Kindle edition. So it's interesting it came out as a Kindle. And then it came out in a hardback on November the 14th of 2017. Now, the Kindle edition has 160 pages. Excuse me. The Kindle edition has 160 pages, and the hardcover by Grove Atlantic, which was released on November the 14th of 2017, only has 136 pages. And then you get to the paperback, which came out on April the 25th, 2018 by Pan Macmillan, and that only has 129 pages. So the book's getting smaller. And then if you, like me, sometimes don't have a lot of time to actually physically pick up a copy, you can get the unabridged audiobook by Macmillan Digital Audio, and that one came out on May the 18th, 2017 by Audible Audio. What can I tell you? The book's been translated into 8 languages and has won the Forward Reviews Editor's Choice Award. And that's as much as I can tell you until I actually physically sit down and pick the book up. I will do a proper, obviously, literary review then. But what I've seen of the trailer for the movie, if you like a flooded London with floating red buses and people panicking and running around and no food on the shelves, I think this is the film for you. I can honestly say, are things not tough enough that you have to make yourself feel better by going out to watch a disaster movie? And it doesn't get much more apocalyptic than the poor girl standing in her home as the floodwaters are raising on the outside and her waters break. Talk about a dark sense of humour. Honestly, the water comes flooding in and her waters break, and then she's off to have the baby in an overly crowded NHS hospital that's going underwater. And all she wants is the gas and air. I don't think she's going to get an epidural. Somehow I don't think there's going to be any spare anaesthetists on hand. Anyway, it got me to thinking about when I had my children. And I had 2 very complex pregnancies. My first little girl, I had preeclampsia, and when I had her, she tumbled, and I ended up with 26 stitches, which by anybody's standards, that's quite a lot. And I was on my backside bed, legs in the air, for about 3 days. So yeah, you can imagine, not a good combo. About 18 months later, I had her youngest sister, and I thank goodness for epidurals. When I pushed her out, bearing in mind she was a month early, my right hip dislocated. Bearing in mind, I dilated properly, everything was fine, probably a bit TMI for some people. However, I'll finish the tale. When I had her, and she was on her way out, she was a big girl, and as I was pushing, I had symphysis pubis disorder, which means the softening of the ligaments, and my hip joint popped out. And with the next contraction, and I was pushing her out, they shoved the leg back in. It still makes me wince. And it's 20 years ago for that. My other little girl is 22 this year. And it got me to thinking about Jodie Comer playing the part of the young mum giving birth when a natural disaster happens. And I'm here today because of the intervention of medical science. Had I not had all the blood pressure monitoring, the fabulous midwives and the doctors and everybody around me to ensure that I could get my girls safely onto planet Earth, I don't think I would have made it. And it makes me wonder about all the problem pregnancies and then a natural disaster happening, and in the likelihood of something like that happening, just how many women are we going to lose in childbirth alone, with the children possibly, in the middle of a natural disaster, when all hell's breaking loose and we have next to scant medical care. And it suddenly makes you realise just how important women of childbearing age are, and without them the next generation's just not there. And we as a nation, we're going to become something like children of men, where the youngest person alive on earth is now 25 years old and there are no more babies. You know, it sounds ridiculous, but when you think about it from that point of view, how many women of childbearing age do we need in order to ensure that the next generation will be born? And when you throw in a natural disaster and this question of how many women will we lose during a natural disaster, and how many do we need in order to keep the populace alive, it makes for start thinking, doesn't it? You know, anybody got the numbers for that? I'd be very interested. I'm a numbers kind of girl. I do like to see statistics, and yeah, I'm just curious, I guess. I'm also very curious about the film, The End We Start From. It's even got Benedict Cumberbatch in, so thumbs up. And Mark Strong. Oh, I like a bit of Mark Strong, I must admit. It's very tasty. I shouldn't be saying that. Got a lovely husband as well. Yeah, so once I get the book, The End We Start From, I'll give it a read, and obviously I'll do a book review. And if I'm lucky enough to find the time, because I've got the weekend of all weekends this weekend, we're doing the Great Move, so hopefully child number 2 will be safely carried back to her university. Child number 1 has already left university. Oh, and if I never said how proud I am of her, she got first class with honours, and she's a paediatric nurse. Proud mama moment. Well done, Jelly Bean. Mama's very proud of you. So yeah, you just think about strange things. This movie, this book has evoked a very strange reaction from me. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just having experienced motherhood the way that I've experienced motherhood. Yeah, I'm curious. Curious for the film, curious for the book. Motherhood and the Apocalypse. Wow. That's going to be quite the event. Yes. So, if anybody else has actually seen the movie, when it comes out tomorrow, which is the 19th, if you see me after the movie, drop me a line, tell me what you thought. And if any of you have read the book, again, please drop me a line, tell me what you thought of the book, what your opinions on motherhood and the apocalypse, or even fatherhood on the apocalypse for that matter, because it's not just solely exclusive for mothers, Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're reading lots and lots of things and lots of books. At the moment, I'm struggling to even read the back of the cereal packet. I will rectify this. I've just got so much going on in my life at the moment that motherhood, funnily enough, has taken priority, and relaxation for moi has taken the proverbial backseat. Yeah, so happy readings, darlings, and enjoy. Oh, and if you want to, give me a thumbs up, and if you like what I do, give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.